Hey guys, Fat Preacher Man here. Ben just wanted to talk about one of the topics for managing, learning to lead. And this time is kind of a broad topic. It can be broken down, and if you have questions about specific items, let me know. But the main topic is P&L, or controlling line items. If you don't know what a P&L is, that's okay. It's a profit and loss statement. And what it does is it breaks down what a business is doing, what it's spending money on, and if you have one, if you're allowed to look at it, if you're allowed to participate and see that, it lets you see where the money is going that's coming in. Like I've said in previous videos, usually one of the biggest expenses for example, a restaurant is employee costs, food costs. Those are controllable, and in as such is that yes, you have to have those things, but wasting food and adds to the cost of food, and promoting sales can also hurt you. And what do I mean by that? Well, sometimes in a business, depending upon the restaurant, you can't control that. But what you can do is have your people suggest items that add on to the average check, which therefore increase sales and increase the amount of money coming in and help counteract high cost food items. Depending upon your item, your food item, it can cost anywhere from, for every dollar that comes in, 15% of it to 75% of it can go straight to paying for that food, depending upon how expensive it is. So the more money you get off of each food item, the more money the store gets, and the more profitable it is, and the better it is for your business. Same thing, the higher your check, your average check, the lower your employee cost will be comparatively. So for example, the more you get each customer to spend, that helps counteract how much employees and management you have to have on the clock to cover the store, the business. And then the same thing can be said for retail, any type of business. Now, depending upon what you're selling, different sales may cover more costs, and some of these things may not necessarily apply if it's commission based. If you're selling houses, you're selling cars, it works a little different, but the same idea is that you want to sell the higher priced items. You want to include different things. For example, in car sales, different things that get included with the sales are the markups. Do you get the running boards? Do you get the gap insurance? Do you get financing with the company that they normally finance with, because they get a better deal and they get more money? The finance department is always going to try to get you to do things a certain way to get them more money. They're going to try to get a certain financing amount, because in the end, they really want to sell the car, but they also want to make money for everybody that's involved in the store. So, aside from those, there are different items that each business can help control, and different managers and team players can contribute to controlling. For example, you can help control maintenance costs by making sure that everybody understands how equipment works and the way to take care of it. And if they understand in the first place that the business is responsible for its own maintenance on these things, whether it's the HVAC system, whether it's plumbing, whether it's the parking lot, if they understand that your store, your business, is responsible as an entity on its own, whether it's a chain or not, that store pays for its own items. So that directly comes out of that store's profitability, that P&L. So if that store makes, let's say, $500,000 in a month, out of that $500,000, how much is going to pay for maintenance? Whether it's repairs on windows or doors, like I said, parking lot, all those things that your employees can help take care of. And sometimes there's training involved. In McDonald's, for example, they allow the managers to go through maintenance training so that they know what should be done each week, each month, each quarter, to help keep up the structures in the store so that there won't be big breakdowns, and fewer breakdowns if possible. Other items you can control is office supplies. Every business needs them, whether it's receipt paper, whether it's ink, toner cartridges, but making the most out of them and only getting what you need, and making sure employees aren't stealing them. That again will help go to to curtail that cost. Now, for some businesses, that may not be a big thing, but almost any place I've ever worked to has a budget. So trying to stay within that budget, it doesn't matter, oh, well, we make this amount of money. There's still a budget, and there's still a reason to maintain the budget. There's other costs that go into it, like McDonald's, for example, makes each restaurant pay a certain percentage for advertising. It used to be 4.5%. So 4.5% of everything that comes into the store gets cut out before the bottom line for paying for advertising. So that's part of, you can't control that, but make the most of what you get, because again, McDonald's will send out different materials, use those materials to drive sales, and if you're not, then you're really wasting money. And again, there's all sorts of different line items depending upon your store, your business, your location, and those, different things that if you have access to the P&L, it may be a business where they don't give you access. But the more you know, the more you let your employees know, the more that they understand that if we control these items, that's more money for the store, more money for us, we're being more profitable. Again, it's more likely that not only can you keep people that you've hired, you can get them bonuses, you can get them financial recognition, not just a pat on the back. And then again, you'll have money for repairs, you'll have money for supplies. If your store uses them, uniforms, that's another control, depending upon the restaurant, or sometimes even just retail. There's uniforms that are expected to be had, and you may be responsible for buying those, but you have a budget, and that budget is controlled based upon sales, and it may even just be a set budget each month. So if you don't use that budget one month, but you need extra the next month, sometimes it doesn't carry over. So sometimes it behooves you to plan out and say, well, I'm going to buy this much, set it to the side, so that way when I know I'm going to be doing hiring coming up and I'll have extra, or my employees who have been here for a while and they need extra, they might not be asking for it right now, but let me just get 1 or 2 extra and set it to the side. So those are some ideas. And if you have any questions or any line items you want to talk about, let me know. Hope this helps you. Jesus bless you.